Welcome to our Georgia suburban homestead in Florida for a repair trip on our property and our first homestead. This is part 2 of the series, and I wanted to show you what happens daily during the warm months in Florida. It's called torrential rain, and listen to how loud this stuff is. But this sure does slow down our ability to get anything undone outside. And we need to paint the deck. I'm going to have to hire somebody because with all this rain in the afternoon, we can't paint. Can't paint the deck. What do you say, Bamsy? Oh, man. Just picked persimmons from our tree here. Actually, we pick them up off the ground, so we're going to wash them. These are American persimmons, and if you don't make sure they're good and soft before you bite into one, you use every word Mama told you not to. It looks like the deer have eaten all the ones that are down low. So this one's good and soft. It's really sweet. I'm gonna make Charlie eat one now. This one's kind of hard, baby.
Yep.
That one may be right, but I gotta turn the camera around. You got a little seed in it. Or 2 or 3.
Yep. That's the persimmon.
Good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Today, Charlie's laying tile. He's laying tile that we had applied before. We don't know what the tenant did to break these industrial strength tile that we put in. We put in tile that should have been used in malls, so it's high traffic. And the floor he did, what did we decide, 26 years ago, when the house was new. It's still fine. And this tile is only 18 years old. So again, it's industrial strength porcelain. And you see things like like that. It's like dropping a frying pan on it. But he's gone through the house and he's lifted squares that were shattered. And today he's going to be doing this and replacing a couple of boards on the back deck that goes out the laundry door. But then we'll do that, and then we'll roll out of town and go back to Georgia. Miss our little farm here, but I don't miss the weather. Really don't miss the weather. The weather is either sweat your ass off or torrential rain. And then it freezes a few days in the winter. So we may come back here, but we're leaving the door open to come back when we retire. Because we can live off the land, we've done that, but do we want to? But it's serving us well as a rental, as long as we get good renters. So if you're a good renter out there and can afford it, put in an application. But it's really great when you find someone who treats the place like their own and loves it. It really sucks when you get someone who really abuses it. A lot of privacy here. It's really quiet. No road noise. It's really nice.
The internet friend and family. I just rubbed mortar on my nose. Putting down some tile or replacing some tile that they didn't fit well. The contractor didn't use enough mortar, and some of them were put down essentially dry. Of course, they didn't stick and they weren't supported, so they cracked. So, and we're replacing. It's like gluing stuff down. You put glue on both parts. And the glue should stick to glue. And this is the part that the contractor didn't do.
So make sure if you hire someone to do tile, make sure they butter both sides, the floor and the back of the tile. Or you'll be doing this a few years later, digging out stuff that cracked and replacing it. Another rule of thumb is we always order 10% more than what the square footage requires, so we have extra tile to do this. Or extra flooring or whatever.
Show them the one in the kitchen that was almost totally dry. Does this take extra time? Yes. But if we're unsure that the tile actually does
Actually does what?
sticks to this. And what you were finding is you were having a very difficult problem just picking that sucker back up, because now you have suction.
And in Florida, tile's always a good idea because there's a sandy soil and you track sand in. I don't care how well you wipe your feet, or if you have pets, they're going to track sand in and it'll scratch a hardwood floor or turn a carpet into an ecosystem you don't want to live with.
Yeah, it'll end up sanding a hardwood floor as you walk across it. And you really ought to get a hardened surface tile.
Which is that this is, right, Charlie?
Oh yeah, this is porcelain tile, which is as hard as it gets. And then that sand won't grind the top of your tiles. If you buy a glass top tile, the sand will actually sand that glass top as well.
Where to next, Charlie? These over here?
I got this one here. I'm going to go do those and then I'll do these. These gloves are great.
Are you sticking a fork in it, Dad?
Not till we get to the restaurant. Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, he's so tired. Hey there, we're getting ready to roll out of town again. Hopefully it won't be another 4 years before we come back. But I wanted to show you what I picked out of the yard, and this may just be a useless tease because it'll be about 14 days before I can do what I want to do with them. But take a look at these elephant ears. See how big those are?
Good baby. All right.
Saying a brief goodbye to our Florida, not so suburban homestead. See you next year, maybe, hopefully. It's not farewell, this is see you later.